Outlander: Blood of My Blood. Season 1 has ended, but it does leave us with lots of questions. Even though it ended sooner than fans expected, there's still something to be excited about. The story isn't over yet, as the show has already been renewed for a second season that promises to continue right where it left off. Not only that, the filming for the next season has already begun in Scotland, which means we might see next season faster than expected, possibly in 2026. Speaking more about Season 2, we got some exciting updates about what will happen to Brian and Ellen's future, and whether Henry and Julia will travel back safely with their son William. So, make sure to watch till the end to know what will really happen in Season 2. Let's start with Henry and Julia, because their story in the finale left everyone emotional and confused at the same time. At the end of Season 1, Henry and Julia were running for their lives with their little son William. They were being chased, and things looked extremely dangerous. The last time we saw them, they were trying to find a way back through the stones to their own time, but the show didn't clearly reveal if they made it. It ended with chaos, leaving us with only one question. Did they travel back safely, or did something go terribly wrong? The first and most talked about theory among fans is that only Henry got stuck in the past while Julia and William successfully traveled back to their original time. Many fans believe that in their desperate escape, something went wrong at the stones. Maybe Henry tried to protect his family and pushed Julia and William through first, but before he could follow, something or someone stopped him. This would explain why in Outlander, Claire never knew her father's full story, and why her parents' past always seemed mysterious. If this theory turns out to be true, it would mean Julia returned to her own time as a single mother, raising William without Henry. However, the finale gave us one more piece of the puzzle through the flashback scene that might change everything. In that flashback, we see Henry, Julia, and Henry's brother celebrating Claire's second birthday. That's right, she's only 2. But in Outlander, Claire's parents died when she was 5. That means they lived for 3 more years after the events of Blood of My Blood Season 1. This small but powerful clue gives us hope that Henry and Julia did escape safely and got a few more years with their daughter before tragedy struck. But at the same time, it raises a lot of questions about what happens to baby William. We know from Outlander that Claire doesn't have a brother, at least not one she knows of. But Jamie Fraser does, and his name is William. This little connection between the names can't be just a coincidence. It's possible the writers of Blood of My Blood use this name as a hint, maybe showing how history repeats itself within the Fraser family. However, the show has already taken several creative liberties compared to the books. In Diana Gabaldon's novels, Henry and Julia never time traveled, but the show changed that completely. So at this point, anything could happen. The creators are clearly building their own version of events, connecting the past and present in unexpected ways. Adding to the mystery is the recently released Outlander trailer. In one brief scene, we hear Claire saying to Jamie, "Is it possible?" right after a male voice speaks.
Mrs. Fraser.
Is it possible?
A voice that sounds strangely familiar, as if she's hearing someone she never expected to hear again. Many fans believe this voice could belong to Henry Beauchamp, sparking rumors of a possible Outlander and Blood of My Blood crossover. Imagine Claire hearing her father's voice after all these years, across time itself. It sounds unbelievable, but in the Outlander universe, nothing is impossible. If it truly is Henry's voice, it might mean that Henry and Julia managed to time travel successfully with their son. So far, the creators have been very secretive about this crossover theory. However, in a recent interview, one of the producers hinted that the past and present of Outlander are more connected than fans realize, suggesting that the crossover could indeed be possible. But beyond this major theory, another big question remains. Will Simon Fraser ever learn the truth about Julia's so-called kidnapping? In Blood of My Blood, Simon truly believed that Henry took Julia away against her will. Deeply attached to her, he was left devastated and angry, thinking she had been forced into a life she didn't choose. But we, as viewers, know the truth. Julia went with Henry willingly because she loved him. So what happens if Simon discovers this? A convincing theory suggests that Simon might uncover the truth in Season 2, but not in the way anyone expects. Perhaps he stumbles upon one of Julia's letters, or someone from her past finally tells him what really happened. Learning that Julia left out of love could shatter his old beliefs and force him to see everything differently. Season 2 will show a much tougher time for Brian and Ellen. At the end of Season 1, they escaped from Castle Leoch and finally got to be together, but their problems are far from over. The fiery crosses Brian saw in the sky mean that trouble is coming, a sign that clans are being called to join the fight. This is the beginning of the Jacobite Uprising, one of the most dangerous times in Scottish history. In the new season, Brian Fraser will find himself stuck in the middle of this chaos. The Jacobite War will bring violence, loss, and confusion everywhere. Brian will have to decide where his loyalty lies. Should he fight for his clan and country, or should he focus on protecting Ellen? No matter what he chooses, it's not going to be easy. For Brian, this means he must go to war. If he refuses, he'll be seen as a coward by his people. If he goes, he might die and leave Ellen alone. It's a heartbreaking choice, but Ellen understands what he must do. In one of the most emotional moments, she tells him, "I am your wife. We are one," giving him the strength to face what lies ahead. Her words remind him that even if they are separated by battle, their love will keep them connected. There's also the problem of the clan rivalries, especially with the Grants. Brian killed Malcolm Grant in self-defense, but that act won't be forgotten easily. The Grants could come looking for revenge, which might put both Brian and Ellen in danger again. Malcolm's family, especially Colum and Uncle Mac, might want justice and could send men after Brian. Even if Brian tries to stay away from the war, he could still be hunted by them. There might also be legal or clan repercussions, since killing someone, even in self-defense, can lead to endless feuds between clans. So, no matter where Brian goes, his past will follow him, and the threat of revenge will always be close. Ellen, who left her powerful family to be with Brian, will also have a difficult path ahead. Her family will still be angry with her for disobeying them, and the people around her may not accept her choices. But Ellen has already proven that she's brave and strong. In Season 2, she will likely do everything she can to protect Brian and their family, no matter what happens. The fiery crosses we saw at the end of Season 1 are not just a symbol, they are a warning. They tell us that the Fraser family's quiet moments are over. A war is coming, and it will test Brian and Ellen's love more than ever. Their story in Season 2 will show how even in a time of fear and betrayal, love can survive. But only if they are strong enough to face what's coming. So, what do you think will really happen in Outlander Blood of My Blood Season 2? Will Henry and Julia find their way back through time, or will history separate them forever? And what about Brian and Ellen? Will their love survive the war and the clan rivalries closing in on them? There are so many possibilities. And that's what makes waiting for Season 2 even more thrilling. Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more updates on Blood of My Blood Season 2 in future.